Hi everybody and welcome to today's video right on Bitcoin, right? Please, if you like the content, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share that with your friends. Today we'll be looking at Bitcoin and see what is happening with Bitcoin as regards the chart and how we can take advantage of what's happening in the market. And if you look at the current price of Bitcoin, we can see that the current price of Bitcoin is at 19,377, right? And if we look at what's happened in the past 24 hours, we could see that the price of Bitcoin had been ranging in between this range, right? We pushed up just some little and little, and then we've come down probably to the 1940, and then we'll also be going down to the charts to just see what is happening with the price of Bitcoin. Now we are at the chart. This is the price of Bitcoin on the daily, right? And if we look at the price of Bitcoin on the daily, we can see that it has been respecting our liquidity levels. Like as you can see, every time we pushed up, we came across close to this liquidity level. As you can see, this indicator has been showing us, right, that this is where there's a lot of liquidity. And when we mean by liquidity, we mean where there's a lot of orders. So we could see that this dark blue line indicates that there are a lot of buy orders around this place, and this dark blue indicates that there are a lot of sell orders. So we could see where there are synapse of orders in the chart. So this indicator shows us what is happening in the other book and where the whales are putting the orders and where a lot of manipulation is going on. And if we can notice for the past few days, if we can see we've been in this range from the 18,391 down to the 24,000. Probably in the last few days, we have been ranging from the 22 down to the 18. But just in this past few days, let's check how many days. Uh, Probably this should be about 40 days. So for about 40 days, we've been ranging from the 20K down to the 18K region. So for about 40 days, that's just a month and a half, we have been seeing some range in between these 20K down. I've been seeing a lot of ranges, right? It comes up, hit top, which is also in coincidence that that is the top of the EMA ribbons, right? The EMA, and then we push down, come, sometimes we might not even get to the top. And as we can see, right, the orders have been decreasing, right? And that's why it's important to understand liquidity levels and what the whales are doing uh, behind the scenes. So I'll advise you at this period, it's not wise to trade, right? Because we've just been on a trading range, and now probably we should be looking for a bottom because we're expecting that probably, right, we should see a very weak down, and then we should see the price start going up, right? If we come back to the 12 hours, we see that this is one of my best time frames for trading, for swing trading, right? Probably either spot or futures, because as we can see, the liquidity levels have always and always and always been respected. As you can see, when we broke this resistance here, we came back to this liquidity level. But as you can see, we had a darker blue, and so it was trying to tell us that there is a lot of resistance. There's a lot of orders here, and you can see we were resisted, right? The resistance, there was a lot of sell orders here, and you can see it pushed the price downward to our support, right? As you can see the blue, there was a lot of buying pressure here, so you can see it acted as support, right? And it pushed the price up, right? When we overcome this resistance, right, it went down to the second liquidity level, right, which was here. As you can see, it's been well respected throughout, came here, stood as support, went back, and you see as resistance, came back as support, resistance, support. So we've been in this range, and price has actually been respecting this range, and expect that will continue to be in this range, probably for till the end of the month, probably till November when we have the FOMC meeting, and then we will expect more volatility. As you can see, there is a lot of resistance on the price of Bitcoin at the 19,700 range, and there's a lot of support at the 18,500 to the 18,800. So we should see this range continue probably until the November or until the ending of October, where we'll have the options expiry, and then we can see more volatility on the chart, right? And if you go to some other chart, as you can see, this chart is another Bitcoin chart, but this is the weekly. And if we're looking at it from the weekly, we can see our stochastic RSI, right, is still at the oversold region. So that's why I'm saying we're still expecting some little lower prices, at least probably to the 17,000 range before we push up higher. Right, same thing with the MACD having some little bearish cross, right? Our RSI is indifferent on the weekly. So probably for the rest of the week, stroke 2 weeks, this should be our expectation. If we move down to the 3 days, same thing is happening. Our stochastic RSI is indifferent. Our RSI is still at the middle region, and our MACD is still showing, right, probably like an indifferent stroke, a bearish divergence, right? So as you can see, that's just a normal thing. Down to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, we could just see the normal range that we've been having on the charts. Probably same thing with our RSI. We've been having a normal couple of range, right? If we see our stochastic RSI is the RSI that actually follows price, right? It follows price to the T, right? So it follows the volatility of the price, right? And so, right, you can see that it has been following the volatility of the price. So probably we should see a little more downward price action, right, probably before we begin to move up on the daily. If we can look at it, same thing happening on the 12 hours, right? Same thing that is happening to us on the 12 hours. As you can see, our stochastic RSI is getting to the overbought region, and probably we should see some little cooling down for the stochastic RSI, maybe back down to the 19,000 levels. Right, so probably we're just in a range. Please, it's not advisable you trade now, right? Because this is just a liquidity grab, right? And these are just the market makers grabbing liquidities both upwards and downward, upwards and downward, upwards and downward. So it's not wise that you trade around this period, right? Some people will tell you to trade the range till it breaks, right? I'm of another opinion that this is just mainly to just grab liquidity out of retail, right? And just get them to commit both sides, either long and short, and they get liquidated both sides. So be very careful. Don't over leverage. If you must trade, I will advise you to wait it out until October, when we can have more volatility and you can make more money from the market. So if you like the channel, please do not forget to click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, right? We promise to offer you top-notch content as regards most of your coins. Thank you and have a blessed day.